In this video, I'm going to be playing through Kirby Superstar with soft rain sounds and soft commentary, hopefully helping you relax and sleep tonight. Please just sit back, relax. It's not going to be anything high stress, no big jump scares, no rage out moments, just me playing through this wonderful game and giving you a nice backdrop to fall asleep to. I've played through the game many times, and I know exactly where to go, so don't worry. There's not going to be any where do I go, what do I do with this one. There might be a death here or there, because even though I've played through it a million times, I'm still not the best at it. But it's fine. We're not going to rage out about that. We're just going to let it happen. Just let it happen. Alright, so this is probably one of my favorite games of all time, even if I'm not the best at it, and that kind of goes for all the games I play. I play such a variety of stuff on the channel that I don't really sit here and practice any of them at any amount of, time. Basically, really my goal is to try to help you relax and sleep more than try to be, a speed runner or some type of gaming god, basically. And I feel like the best way to do that is to give you as many options as possible for whatever games you want to watch, basically. So sometimes you're in the mood for Kirby, sometimes you're in the mood for Mario, sometimes you're in the mood for Oblivion. So I give you all of that in one place. There's Wispy Woods Part 1, done. By the way, I just played the original Kirby Dream Land on the channel, and that was the first time I ever played that. So this is basically a soft remake of Kirby's Dream Land. It has the same stage names, I think. The stages are definitely different because, they weren't built like this in Kirby's Dream Land, but they're kind of like I would say a homage more than an actual remake, because none of this was in Kirby's Dream Land. This level design wasn't. The names were, and the little opening cutscenes were, but this is way different. But the bosses were the same, I believe, for each level. That little guy right there, he wasn't in the original. You can watch the original if you want to see all the differences, but they're two completely different games. The only real thing they have in common is the boss fights and level names. Everything else is completely different, though. Actually, I missed the quick kill on these two, which I have not done in a long time. That's not a big deal because they're not exactly the hardest bosses in the world either. Just a matter of getting on the same level as him. We're going to play through all of the sub games, as they call them, in this particular playthrough. So if you have a certain one you want to watch, just go to the links in the description or in the pinned comment. It'll tell you exactly every level, every sub game. You can jump around anywhere in the video. I try to make the timestamps as detailed as possible. That way, if you're like, I like Revenge of Meta Knight, and, stage 3, or the whatever, you have that certain preference where you really like this one spot and you just want to watch that one spot, you can find that one spot in the description. So that's never happened before, but I'll take it. I tell you exactly what happened right there. I just played Kirby's Dream Land, and to fly, you just hit up on the D-pad. So I think my muscle memory got confused for a second, thinking I was supposed to hit up on the D-pad and not just repeatedly hit the jump button. It's still my fault, but Does Krakow, or whatever his name is, I don't know what his name, I think his name is Krakow. I'm pretty sure the cloud version of him is definitely Krakow. I don't know what his no cloud version is called. By the way, I did get a Wii emulator working really well with RetroArch, so I will be covering the Wii games. If I could not get killed in this spot, that'd be nice. I was too distracted for a second. By the way, this little upper area was not here in the original either. But I got a Wii emulator that works really well. It's Dolphin, obviously, but I was able to get the controls to work where I wouldn't have to worry much about the Wii stuff like shaking the remote and all that with my regular controller. So I figured that part out. So we're going to be able to play through stuff like, Nightmare in Dreamland. I think that's what it's called. Or Kirby Return to Dreamland. And all the other Wii titles, new Super Mario Brothers, stuff like that. So I'll get to that eventually. Basically, I'm trying to plow through the main series of all these different Nintendo and Sega series. So I'm kind of focused on that right now. Let's me and Sir Kibble go over here and take out DDD. DDD in the original and this version are not very difficult. The one in the original, I was kind of shocked how easy he was, because it was really a matter of just waiting for him to jump in the air and then just spit the star at him. Like, I don't even think I got hurt in the playthrough I did earlier today. See that little jump he did right there? That's all you had to wait for in the original. It was just that over and over. And that's DDD. He is done. He's done. Here's our little cutscene. Same one as the original game, Dreamland. Now we're just going to move on to... let's do Dynablade next. Same sort of gameplay as that, but different boss at the end of the thing. Now we have a little world map. It's only about 6 or 7 stages. This isn't based on anything, as far as I know. I think Dynablade's where we get into the actual original games that aren't soft remakes of, past titles and stuff like that. And I know Great Cave Offensive is not based on anything. Well, based on Indiana Jones, but it's not based on previous. It's not a remake of anything. It's definitely based on Indiana Jones and Pitfall. Yeah, it is based on Pitfall, isn't it? Ew. Much as I like Great Cave Offensive, ew. Pitfall sucked. At least Super Pitfall did. We're not playing Super Pitfall. Super Pitfall just is awful. It has a great cover. I'll give it that. It has an amazing cover. The cover art is just awesome, but the game itself just sucks. It is awful. Easily top 5 worst NES games. And I had it as a kid, and I thought it was neat back then, but in retrospect, I must have been a dumb kid. I mean, it is kind of, I'll give it the fact that it is kind of neat, but it's still so bad, it's like you can't even look past the fact that it's that bad. Maybe I've gotten a lot pickier over time, because certain games that people thought were like, classics that could, I keep thinking that you're supposed to hold up to fly. I'm sorry. I wish that was still an option. I mean, the up button doesn't do anything in this game. Get off me, dummy. Hoping we would just be able to, well, wasn't fast enough for that. Nope. You only get this power up once, which is a shame. Yeah, for some reason, our enemies turn into tomatoes and pancakes. Because Kirby really needs more carbs. Going to level 2, the castle. I don't want the paracel. Well, maybe up does something, makes him spit it out, which you could do that with Y, so kind of wish they would have kept that original press up to do stuff thing. There's something down here I need to actually... One thing I do think that I don't think the later Kirby games kept all the moves that Kirby used in this game, like where he had like different, like that, you know, he had like different moves and stuff he could do with each weapon. Like, you know, I think the weapons basically just had single attacks after this game, and that was a shame because this game really opened up a lot of movement, you know, options and a lot of attack options, and it was just really interesting. It was a lot more interesting to play. I just thought it was harder to program for. I'm not sure. I know there's a secret right there. I have to get, I think, the mirror dude. Is he in here? Maybe I missed him. There he is. This will lead us to a little thing that'll give us a secret area on the map. I'm pretty sure that just is like a little bonus room where you can pick any weapon in the game you want. I mean, it's a nice bonus, but it's there. That's what that is. Did I just block his attack? That was pretty cool. You know how I feel about auto scrollers. I really don't hate this one though. It's not very long. It was just part of the day. It was something they did back then. It was common. By the way, if you had a second player back in the day, you could actually get him to control the helper buddy, which was really fun. I've actually never had anyone to do that with, I don't think, but I imagine it would be fun to have that, you know. Maybe they'll add it to like Switch Online where you can, you know, play Super Nintendo games with your friends or something on like the little, whatever they call their version of Game Pass. Nintendo Direct or something. I don't know. I don't have one yet. I'm planning on getting a Switch 2 once A, they fixed the bugs with the initial batch that they pushed out, and B, whenever they make Mario Maker 3. Until they make Mario Maker 3, I'm just not going to do it. Oh. By the way, blowing stars out at your enemies is a lot more effective than your usual abilities, because that's all you had in Dreamland, in the original Dreamland game, was doing like this to attack enemies. I do need your power though. Unlock something else down here. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Let's destroy this castle. Why? Because we can. Because we can. And we get 3 1-ups for it. This game is, this particular sub-game is so short that it's not a big deal. You don't really need to get all the You don't need to get all the, what's the word I was using? Oh, a bunch of lives, because it's not a very long game. It's pretty short. I mean, Great Cave Offensive and Meta Knight are a good amount longer. I think Great Cave, no, Milky Way Wishes might be the longest one, especially if you try to get all the powers. Which I don't know if I think I've done it like once where I got all the powers in Milky Way Wishes. I don't know if I'm going to do it this time or not. We'll see. It depends on what, if I'm in the mood to go through all that at that point. But I'm going to give myself some time to actually, enjoy this game versus others, which I kind of rushed through. I don't have deadlines. I don't work for anybody, but it's like I give myself deadlines where I want to at least put out at least 2 or 3 videos a week, and I've been putting out more like 2 or 3 videos a day because I'm trying to basically build up a decent back catalog to be able to afford, mentally to let a few days go without a post. Because if do that now, I feel like I'm going to just basically be wasting time and, not getting that extra netting I need. By the way, that fire up and hit thing is one of the most powerful attacks in the game. It's pretty OP. You just hold up and hit Y. It takes a little time to charge up to take the swing, but if you can time it, it's a good wallop. See if I can pull it off to demonstrate. Like that. One hit and he's dead. Told you. That's pretty OP. Overpowered. That's what I meant. There we go. 2 more levels. Well, one's a boss level, so this is the last proper level of Dynablade. Told you it's not a very long sub game, but I like Dynablade. It's a chill playthrough for the most part. The only game I'm not too wild about in the sub games is kind of Meta Knight, because Meta Knight's a little bit outrageous in spots. It's not hard. It is hard. I'll say it's a difficult game, but it's not like, Kaiser Mario hard, but see, here's the thing though about Kirby. He has the same problem that Sonic does, which is a lot of his attacks can also cause him to get damaged, because by the time you're done with the animation for the attack, you don't have any iframes. So, also cheap shots. But, that's one problem I have with the whole Kirby. At least this particular game is like he has that same Sonic problem of, especially with the wheel power up. Like if you use like the wheelie or whatever his name is, you'll run into an enemy, hurt the enemy, and then you get hurt too because you're still like touching the enemy, and the enemy's not dead. So that happens a lot, and that's a real pain in the butt. And there are some cheap spots, but I still love this game. It's a retro game. Retro games have cheap spots. That's just part of retro games. Oh, well, I didn't know he respawned, but I'll take it because I was going to die anyway at some point. Even though I lost my hammer. No, it sucks. Lost the hammer. Just a bunch of extra little bits. You didn't have to go there. I shouldn't have done that because that's exactly what you're not supposed to do in this area. Even though it does kill the enemies. And no, the fire power up does not make you immune to fire. Or see, like right there, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is you'll run into an enemy and then like, you know, if he's still sitting there but not completely gone, it'll, you know, cause you to get damaged too, you know, even after you attack him. Unless you do like that. I think I'm gonna want the hammer because I don't know if that's another level. Well, I don't know about another. I don't think there is any other levels, but I'm pretty sure it's just Diamond Blade after this. So it doesn't matter how many lives you get here because Diamond Blade isn't a very difficult boss. Not rushing to Diamond Blade though because we still got this little enemy that's floating around that we want to cover. Dude, she's literally standing the other way. Yeah, not very smart. Let's go up here so I can show you what this is. Basically, you can pick whatever like stuff you want in here. You can still get hurt, but it's not a big deal. I'm gonna pick. Is Yo-Yo in here? It's Bomb. Yo-Yo is what I really want to try out for this area. No Yo-Yo power up. Not like the arena where you can use any power up you want. All right. So if I'm gonna do that, then I'm just gonna go sword. Diamond Blade isn't ridiculously hard at all. It's a pretty easy boss fight from what I remember. Well, from what I remember. How many times have you played this? Billions. How many times have you died? Maybe once in the last 30 years. I think, hold on, let me test the theory, because I think if you actually get the firepower, you can just basically stand in one spot and just continuously hit him. Like, cause of like the way that like goes up, it hits Diamond Blade right in the face. It does, yeah. And also blocks those things right there, the little fireballs. So you can literally just hold up and Y as long as it doesn't grab you. See, there you go. Didn't even move. We already got Dynablade over. There we go. That's the end of Dynablade. I feel like kind of crappy because Kirby basically did kill their mama, but technically Dynablade's not dead because she comes back in the Meta Knight game, so really she just got knocked out. Just like DDD, he doesn't die either because he comes back in the arena, so yeah, he got blown out of his own castle, but he's not dead. And we can go straight to Revenge of Meta Knight, but I'm not going to because that's just... Ugh. I love, actually that's a really nice cover. I never really noticed the whole Meta Knight's like looking away and the cape and all that. Never really noticed that. We'll get into that in a moment. Into the Great Cave Offensive in a moment. Okay, let's get into Gourmet Race next. I'm not a huge fan of Gourmet Race. It's not a bad thing per se. It's only 3 levels, and it's just a race between you and DDD. As you can see, DDD didn't die. And he basically, I'm not sure if it's speed, time, or the amount of food you ate that makes you like win the race, honestly. I usually get all 3 anyway. Because it's really not that difficult of a race. But it is a little bit intense. But as you can see, I got 30 foods and I beat him time-wise. And yeah. I got more foods than he did. Plus, I was faster overall. But he does rubber band on you. So even if you get it really far ahead, he can still get up on you. I think he might actually slow down as well. I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I actually lost to DDD, and I might actually lose in this particular level, but it looks like he kind of screwed up right there. I don't think the AI is meant to screw up on purpose, but maybe it does. I think maybe it does. Maybe it does screw up on purpose to let you win almost. Because he could have easily got us there. We got him again in 38 and 25. So here's the last race. I didn't want to get that, but it's fine. A little power up for the I never used the jetpack. Maybe I should though. It is pretty useful. I think we're still gonna beat him on definitely on food. I meant definitely on speed. We beat them all 3 anyway. So that's the end of Gourmet Race. It's really nothing to it. I don't even know if it unlocks anything, honestly. It probably doesn't. Let's go ahead and do Megaton Punch as well. I don't even know if this one's required, but we're going to do it anyway. I was gonna wait for that guy to do his thing. That way his animation wouldn't screw up my timing. I'm just gonna demonstrate this one though. We don't need to do all 3 levels. It's the same thing over and over. Almost split the planet all the way in half, so yeah, we beat him on that one. So there's Megaton Punch. Let's do the hardest one. Well, just speed through this, and I didn't mean to do it again. I meant to. Why is it doing a double tap? Hold on. I think I know why. Where are we at? Give me a second. I'm going to fix this real quick. It's something in RetroArch I got to fix. All right, so basically I had my turbo controller on for a different game. I can't remember which one it was. I think it wasn't Star Fox. I can't remember which one it was I was using the turbo for. It might have been Mario. Might have been that Wario game. I can't remember. We're going to do like the third hardest. Well, the hardest. Just to show you what happens at the end of that. That Waddle Dee is pretty buff though. Gonna wait for the fighter to finish. That's a good hit. Ooh, that was bad. That was a bad meter. That was a bad meter too. One more. That's good enough. That should be good enough to beat him. Yeah. That's it. That's Megaton Punch. How do I exit out of this? Just hit B. Okay. Then you got Samurai Kirby. Probably my least favorite out of all of them because it's literally just a timing exercise and it's not fun. But I'll show it to you just so you can see what it is. It's just timing. Like you got to hit A first when it goes pop, and then you have to hit A first. Flashing screen warning for those out there. If you hit it early, you hit a tie, so you got to watch what you're doing. It doesn't. It's just a mini game. It's not something required, I don't think, for 100%. Meta Knight's almost impossible to beat, especially on expert. Finally, it took about 10 tries, but there you go. Now you can see the ending of that. That's all it is. Now let's exit out of that and let's go to a proper game. Great Cave Offensive, baby. First time? Nope. Here's the thing. This is a love or hate game. I love it. I personally think this game is probably the second best on the entire collection. I love the concept of a Metroidvania with Kirby, which I'm really excited to get into. I don't remember which one it was. It's one on the Game Boy Advance that is a Metroidvania type of game like this. I think it might be Amazing Mirror or something like that, and I really can't wait to play that. 'Cause I love Metroidvanias, and especially Symphony of the Night. Really big fan of that, and I will eventually get to the Castlevania games. Don't worry, Castlevania is on the list. I'm actually working on a playthrough of Castlevania 4 now. It's on my burner. I'm about halfway through that game video, but I got like to like level 6 and got a little irritated, so I just stopped for it now. But speaking of Castlevania, there's a whip from Castlevania. I'm gonna get some of the treasures. I'm not gonna get all of them. The only difference between getting all of them and some of them is all of them gives you a really long cutscene, just, you know, telling you what treasures you got. There's no real benefit, honestly, beyond bragging points. But there are 100% speed runs of Kirby Superstar that you can watch that do the impossible tricks. There are some tricks to get items that are just beyond my ability. That's why I'm not going to go 100%. And there's always going to be some that I would miss anyway, but I'm going to get the ones that I remember how to get, and the ones that aren't incredibly annoying to try to get, just so we have some treasure hunting in this game. Otherwise, you could beat this game in about, I don't know, I've seen it done in 8 minutes. I think maybe even, yeah, I think 8 was the lowest I've seen. That's when they weren't getting any treasures, though. I think the fastest I've ever done it was like 12. But I'm pacing myself in this video because the whole point of the video is to help you relax and sleep, not try to play through something 100 miles an hour to, you know, excite you. It's supposed to help you sleep. So that's why I'm doing a little more casual than I usually would on my other videos. If I was making a let's play of this, which I'm not. We could say this is in the same genre, but I want to see if I can figure out how to get that. I gotta have a weapon to be able to get that. Is this just a save room? Yeah. Well, there's my answer. I don't dislike Meta Knight's Revenge. It's just it's a difficult one, and it's annoying. It has some really annoying stages, but I like it. The story of it, the story's good. And I love Meta Knight, the character. But it's just that particular game isn't as fun as the others for me. Milky Way Wishes is technically the hardest one, but I actually enjoy Milky Way Wishes a lot. Just because of the whole space travel thing where you're traveling through space, going to different Kirby planets and exploring and trying to basically get all the powers, and like you can pause and pick powers at will instead of having to, you know, copy enemies and stuff. So I love that sort of thing, because that's kind of I wouldn't call it Metroidvania, but it's a fun collectathon, and I wish they would have done more like that. Maybe they did, and I just don't know. We'll see when I get to the other Kirby games. I still gotta do Adventure, Nightmare in Dreamland, Dreamland 2 and 3, really all of them, you know. So we'll see as the playlist goes on over time, since I will be playing through all the Mario games, all the Kirby games, all the, you know, most of the Sonic games, not all. There's a quick kill on that boss. Little sub boss, but not real boss, but there's a treasure over there if you want it, to the right, but I don't feel like letting that spiky dude out. Well, that was unpleasant. That guy just put a rocket up his butt and blew up. He wanted to fly, but he ain't got wings. I'm pretty sure there's a treasure down below that, but I don't have a cutter ability or any ability now because of that guy. The little steely guys are such a pain in the butt. And what's the first boss? The first boss Fatty Whale? I can't remember. I think the first boss is Fatty Whale. Yep, I was right. It's Fatty Whale. Fatty Whale isn't that bad. Especially once you realize your block button makes you invincible to pretty much every attack, including bosses. As you can see here. I don't think it works in the air. I let go of it that time trying to hit him. There he goes. That was Fatty Whale. We'll see him again in the arena. And actually in Milky Way Wishes. He comes back in Milky Way Wishes. All of them do, I think. Even Dynablade. Well, Dynablade comes back for sure, and the fight doesn't happen, and Dynablade makes an appearance in the Meta Knight sub game, but it's not a boss fight. It's a ally thing. And then I think in the arena, of course, you fight Dynablade, and I think you might fight Dynablade again in Milky Way Wishes, but I can't remember. There's a treasure down here if he didn't screw that up, but there's two. But there's some treasures you could blink and miss it and lose your 100%, so that's why I'm not bothering. I'm not trying to get stressed out over every single treasure and every tedious spot that they can be in. I can get into that door, that'd be nice. I can't aim for some reason. Alright, so pick a door, any door. I'm gonna pick right. I think that's the exit. I don't want to do that yet. I want to show you the other ones. Yeah, okay, this one's definitely not an exit. That's an underwater one. You can find some treasures there. This one is a different water one where you can find some treasures. And then this one is the exit. If I was doing Let's Plays, this would be 100%, and I would be trying to find every treasure, but it's not. Let's Plays are meant to be more engaging and like walkthroughs with commentary and jokes and a lot higher energy entertainment. And this is the only thing that's the same between this and an actual LP would be the fact that I'm playing a game and I'm talking during it, but the entire format is different other than that. I think this is the computer one. This one's easy. Ooh, I wanted that hammer. Give me the hammer. This will make this a lot easier. Almost one cycled that one. Look at this coffee while it's doing that thing. I love coffee. I really do. Nice creamy coffee. That's wonderful. There's very few drinks that are better. I would say top 3 A&W Zero, best soda. Hard to find, expensive if you can. If it's not on sale, it's worth it if you can and when it's on sale. That was cheap, Johnny. Come on, go back in there. Whoops, I didn't mean to go back in there again. Huh? Let's go back in here because we need to at least show some of this stuff. We're not trying to speed through this game. This castle thing has a bunch of rooms that obviously have treasures on them. I think one is way over here. Don't be lazy. Let's help people go to sleep. And by that, you need to make the videos longer. A 30-minute video is not going to put someone to sleep. Might. All right, we're going to skip that one, but you know it's there. Because I don't want to lose my hammer. Because it's so powerful. Especially against living things. I don't do traditional Let's Play anymore because it's incredibly frowned on by the algorithm. I don't know why, but it is. If you put that in the title, good luck ever getting a single viewer. So I had to make my own format that was me doing what I wanted, which is this type of content, but in a way that would, you know, drop that stigma. So instead of focusing on expert gameplay, as you can see, or instead of being a speed runner, because I can't be, I decided to not do that. And then so if you do that, you lose that chest. So we've already lost the chance of 100% if we wanted it. Our buddy over there is blowing up. Believe it or not, the hammer is actually not the most powerful weapon in the entire game. It's actually, if I'm not mistaken, it's the static thing. It's the green dude, like, that shoots little tiny lasers, and that seems really weak at first. But if you charge up his static attack, like when, you know, the one that you copy, I forgot what it's called. We'll see it at some point. But if you charge up by basically just like rocking the D-pad back and forth really fast, like he'll do like a super beam and just like blow through stuff like a freaking lightsaber. It's outrageously powerful. But I would say second is definitely the hammer. That flaming hammer thing will take out a lot of enemies, but you gotta be super close. That's the downside. The other one, there really is no downside. It's just, you know, pure mayhem when you do hit it. We'll see a lot more of this starry looking level when we get to Milky Way Wishes as well. Whoop. Treasure box. Nice. I just like the space stuff. I just really like Milky Way Wishes because I feel like I'm just traveling across planets. You know, even though it's just regular levels, you could just dot on any map, but it makes you really feel like you're traveling to distant planets in the Kirby universe just to, you know, do the stuff. I hate this boss. I really do. He's annoying because he does that. Because he's basically the Sting Chameleon of the game, who is another annoying boss from Mega Man. Yeah, that lizard dude is so annoying. So are the cannon. I don't remember this room, actually. That's the thing. I've been playing this game for 30 years and I'm still learning stuff. I'm still finding new stuff in these games. Maybe longer than 30 years. God, how old am I? Whenever it came out, I got it when I was probably like 8 or 9. I'm 36 now, so I've been playing it for 30 years almost. Pretty sure this is an optional area too. Well, all these areas so far have been optional. See, we're falling from the sky again. I thought we were going right to the ground to the other place, but we were actually going really down. I'm pretty sure you can backtrack if you really wanted to, though. There we go. I don't know why it wouldn't let me in. Let's just go ahead and finish this particular world. We could have skipped all that, but I wanted to show you some of it. But I'm definitely going to get to all the Kirby games, and when I get to Switch 2, I'll be able to play the Kirby games for Switch and all that. The only ones that I have a problem with are the DS games, because I don't like dual screen anything. It's distracting. By the way, this particular spot right here, I've never been able to pull it off. Actually, I did once in the recording I did. Really hard, though. Okay, that just hurts me. What does this one do? Oh, this room is fun. If you hit them springs, they shoot you. They do that. So are we at the final boss? Oh my God, we actually are. I could line this shot up right, it'll be good. I did hit it that time. Keep trying to be cute, and I'm screwing this up because I'm trying to do stupid stuff. I usually don't have this type of trouble with. Has he actually hurt me with that? Didn't think it did. One more hit. That's the end of Great Cave Escape, or the Great Cave Adventure, whatever it is. I forgot already. Somehow forgot. Now we just go to a final little minecart section, and then we get out of here. We'll move on to Meta Knight. Look at the pretty star background with the little Kirby's in the sky. That's nice. But you could go and do all the treasures if you wanted. Like I say, you don't get anything extra. No unlockable stage, no nothing like that. You just get a longer ending listing everything you got, and that's literally it. There's, you know, no real advantage to doing it beyond bragging rights, saying, I did it. It was the Great Cave Offensive, is what it's called. See, and it just lists your stuff, and then you just hit start, and you can go back to the main screen. Then we move on to Revenge of Meta Knight, and then the Milky Way Witches in the arena. Let's get into it. Revenge of Meta Knight. Let's get into this. Check. There we go. I'll read it to you. This has cutscenes. They're not very long and very detailed, but Kirby's here. He's heading towards us. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? He'll get in the way. Get rid of him. Sir Meta Knight, what shall we do? Soldiers near the deck. Assume combat mode. Yeah, this music is not soothing or sleep inducing at all. It's very hectic, very high energy. Very exciting. So you can look it up yourself if you like, but it would not help you sleep, so it's not in the video. Kirby's in the rocket valve. Release heavy lobster quickly. I'm not the greatest voice actor. I know I'm not, like, you know, I mean, I could give them voices, but I don't know what they would sound like. This is, I mean, I'm playing through a game. I'm not trying to do like a thing, but I wouldn't mind trying it out for a voice actor. That would be kind of fun. Kirby's behind the nozzle. Kill him. We'll fix him. Prepare to take off. Blow Kirby away. Okay, main engine ignition. Take off. Yeah, we don't, there's no way to actually beat Heavy Lobster in that fight. That was just a predetermined thing where you're gonna lose no matter what. Kirby's been blown to the ocean. That was sure close. I'll conquer Dreamland with the halberd. Our first target, Grape Garden. That'd be a vineyard, by the way. Never actually read the dialogue, but now I'm gonna nitpick it. Say Grape Garden is called a vineyard. I don't actually drink wine, but I know if I did not correct that a friend of mine who may still watch my content would correct me in the comments saying, you know, that it's not a grape garden, it's a vineyard, because she worked in one. She worked at a vineyard, so there's definitely a distinction there. She probably wouldn't care. I'll be real. She was never anal about that kind of stuff. Give me 1 second. Back into it. Had to check some sound file. The sound setting, I mean. You just go ahead and just take care of this thing for me, please. This thing is annoying. It's beating me up, and and the bird power is a bad one for this particular situation. There, thank you. I'll take its power. Yeah, the bird one's pretty good for, well, obviously good for flying, but it's not exactly the greatest thing to go up against bosses with it. Oh, almost lost it there. Should be a health pickup down here. There we go. Don't know if you can hear it, but they are cutting the grass outside, and I'm hoping it's not coming in the mic, but if it is, just treat it as extra ambient noise. The thing is, I know people might say in the comments, why don't you cut your own grass? Well, I'll tell you why. I went by Walmart the other day, just a random bit of conversation here. A lawnmower, like the one that guy out there has that cuts the grass in like 5-10 minutes at most, costs like $8 grand, you know, $8,000. To get a regular riding one that's not a piece of crap is like $3 grand brand new. And then that doesn't account for the fact that you got to give gas to it. You got to get gas for it. And on top of that, you got to change the oil at some point. So I would have to figure out how to do that. And then by the time that I would be able to pay it off, it would break down and not work anymore. It would take like 6 years. It would take 6 entire years to pay it off versus paying what I pay him, which is his going rate. I mean, he's the one that set the price. So it makes 0 sense for me to cut my own grass unless someone just gave me a mower. I got one for like $100 because he charges me $40 every 2 weeks to cut it. So yeah, it's like $40 like twice a month, or you know, almost $4 grand plus oil changes plus, you know, gas plus, you know, having to be out there in the hot sun with the, you know, yellow jackets and other bugs out there. You know, by the time you actually, what on earth was that? By the time you have it paid, you know, versus what it would cost to get him to do it, you're talking about like 6 years. And by then the thing's probably rusted out and ready to be replaced anyway. So it makes no financial sense to, you know, pay someone else to, you know, mow the grass 3 seasons out of the year. You know what I mean? It just doesn't add up at all. No matter what way I've sliced it, it's not worth it having a mower unless you already have one, or you're going to start mowing other people's grass too. So that's one thing I don't handle, but they also weed eat too. So they weed eat, and I can hear stuff banging against the house now. Plus we got all them pine cones out there that are just a pain in the butt to get up. So I'm grateful for the guy, I really am. And I'm happy to pay him for that service. Keep the town off my back. If it was up to me, I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, yeah, just let it grow. You know? Let it grow. Let it get over the truck. I don't care. I don't care what my lawn looks like. That's why I said 2 weeks instead of every week. I even was almost about to get him to do it like once a month, and he was going to charge like $100 or something. I was like, just get it cut every week so the town doesn't start coming by complaining. Because they'll complain and send you letters and fine you and all sorts of stuff if you don't take care of your grass around here. Like the town will. So it's like living in one big old hoa. Homeowners thing, but it's town. You have to have your grass cut, and you have to have, can't have, a bunch of junk in your yard and stuff like that. Because then, like, the old ladies will complain about, oh, it looks like crap out there, This person that has nothing to do with me, the Karens will go up to town hall and complain about people's yards looking like trash and all that. They ain't got nothing better to do. Legit, they ain't got nothing better to do. This is the downside of living in a small town, is the fact that people nosy and they get in other people's business. Oh my God, bro. He just like stun locked me and just kept like ruining my day right there. Good Lord. Okay. That's fine. No, but them Karens, they'll complain about your yard looking bad and all that, but it's not like a homeowners association where I have to pay fees for it. But yeah, they'll get you and complain and all that and send you letters in the mail saying you need to do this, that, and the other, or we're gonna, fine you and all that stuff. We shot down Dynablade. Look, Kirby's reached the deck. Remain calm. Let's come up with the plan. All soldiers, get Kirby now. See what I mean? About that whole, he has a sonic problem where like you do damage and then like you get stuck in a spot where you still get hurt by the enemy because they don't die. That's the only thing I can say against this game, is that one stupid little oversight, which doesn't ruin the game by any means, but it is annoying. It is annoying. Very annoying. They don't give you any iframe. They don't give you very many, if any, iframes when you do an attack with something that's, makes contact with the enemy, like the fireball or some other ones. Kirby got you. Now you get a taste of our power. Fight! By the way, you can just swallow these dudes. I know what I said, and I'm just going to leave it in there. You can eat them. That doesn't make it any better. Kirby's gonna reach the deck. Direct him to the front. Direct him to the front of the twin cannon. So that's the next boss fight. Twin cannon's not hard. It's scary looking, but it's not hard. I figured that was going to happen. This guy is the most powerful attack in the game. Watch. It's called Plasma. Watch. If you do like that, basically rub your feet against the thing, you can do like that. That's ridiculously OP. But like, otherwise, like you can even hold it apparently. I didn't even know you could hold it like that. But it's like standard attack is really weak is the thing. But if you build up this charge, it'll, you know, rain some havoc. See what I mean? Like a two-shotted the mini boss. Well, really, the hammer would have one-shotted him, actually. Having a little bit of trouble with this one spot because I came in here with basically no health. Come on, elevator, let me back up. I'm like one hit away from death, that's the problem. That's useful, but you know what would help a lot more? Health. I'll just take the hit. Fine. It's fine. Dude, this one spot is just driving me nuts. I usually don't have trouble with this spot. Okay, that's completely worthless to this situation right here. That particular power up. That was kind of cool. He caught the thing mid-air and just threw it back. I like that, actually. That was pretty good. See, he can't do any attacks against it either because all his attacks are like grappling things. There we go. I wonder what happens if the time runs out. I guess you just die. That 1900 timer right there. Ooh. I think he's having a bad day getting the life stomped out of it. Kirby is getting closer to the twin cannon. Kirby will be torched. Wah ha 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 ha. Alright, so we need to go ahead and just use him. Or we could use Beam, but I think well, you can take Waddle Doo if you want. That's fine too. What is going on here? Where am I at? Bro, I said the twin cannon was not that hard. There. Well, at least I got it in the first shot. But I don't know why I'm having trouble with this game today. The main cannon has been destroyed. Holy cow, what happened? His eyes about to bug out of his head. Kirby's heading towards the left wing. Dude, this thing is so full of enemy spam, it's crazy. Milky Way Wishes doesn't do this. Like I said, I've never been a fan of the Meta Knight one. Cause it's just, got a little too happy with the enemy spam and placements and all that. Dude, I really hate that. I hate that so bad. The whole thing where you do a move and then you get stuck on the enemy anyway and they still hurt you. I hate that so bad. The left wing is down. We're gonna go to the right wing, or where are we going now? I'm not sure. If we go to the reactor next, serious damage to the left wing, approximately 74%. Ugh. We're gonna lose balance, lower the sail, increase right wing power. I think if you lost your left wing, that's it. Kirby is moving into the duct. What is he trying to do? Is he lost? Yeah, I think he might be. Wait, I have an idea. Now you gotta fight Heavy Lobster at some point. That might be this one coming up here. Or it's the reactor, I can't remember which. This okay, sir? Are you positive about this? Be quiet. This is our only chance. Don't fail again. Release Heavy Lobster. So it's a auto scroller where you just have to stay ahead of everything. Get Kirby. It's not important. Go ahead, whatever he said. I don't know what he was responding to. Move out of the way, thing. Dude, what am I doing? Why can't I look? All right, you're being worthless. Come here. Sometimes I wonder if I forgot the jump button exists. I mean, the block button exists. Like I said earlier, the block button makes you invincible, but yet I never use it. I don't know why. Major damage to the right wing. No, don't worry. We have regained our balance. Kirby's outside. He's going under the ship. This is for the reactor, I believe. Kirby's entered underneath the ship. The bottom's weak. The wind is too strong. It's too cold. I'm afraid of heights. No way, I ain't going. You chickens, says the bird, hawk, whatever he is. You ever notice most of the stuff that Kirby sees as an enemy that he fights with is like everyday stuff that should not be enemies, you know? Especially the broom dude. You know, he's just trying to sweep up and Kirby's over here just like wrecking his stuff. You know, killing him just for sweeping up. I hate this spot. This spot's such a pain in the butt. Oh. Okay, this spot sucks, bro. Okay. Just chill. Just chill. Dude, this spot is so annoying. See what I mean? It's so annoying. There. My God. Hate that spot. Well, I didn't deal with it in the Great Cave Offensive. They had that spot right there. Cheap. Cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Enemy placement right there. Kirby is heading for the reactor. If we lose power, we're doomed. Relax, the reactor can't be defeated. I hope no one reflects lasers. Basically just told you how to beat the reactor. Alright, so this one you have to actually use a little bit of strategy for. That's how you do it, basically. You have to get the thing to shoot a little lightning bolt at the... Yeah, like right there. See what I mean? That's all you gotta do. Then to dodge this. And this should be it right here. Yep. That's it. Reactor's gone. Do something. I didn't mean to do that, but... Ah, well, I lost that power. That's great. We're losing power. Engine number 3, engine number 5. Ain't no power left. We can't fly. We failed. It's over. Attention all crew. Evacuate ship. The ship's going down. You know, Kirby can fly. I don't know if you knew that. So why doesn't he just like go out a window and just float off? You know, ship's already destroyed. Why risk your life just staying in here when, you know, you can fly yourself? Also, why do pits even hurt Kirby? Because he can fly. I don't... Video game logic. No, I want to stay with you, sir. Let's try one more time to get Kirby. It's dangerous, but it's worth a try. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. If you've gotten this far, please like and subscribe and consider becoming a member to actually help the channel out. Memberships are very hard to get, but they do support the channel, so thank you to the people that are members, especially after the rebrand. Wait, Kirby, you can't go any further. So this is the 3 guys that we just been seeing all game so far, so we're just railing right through them. So Meta Knight, you're on your own. We're evacuating. There's no crying in baseball. I don't know why I felt like saying that, but I did. I did. Kirby, this is it. Prepare to die. Thump, 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 thump. All right. But Meta Knight's a little tough. Just a little bit. the game would stop slowing down, that'd be nice. Dude, Yo-Yo Guy is just completely annihilating him. Oh my god. You were now my favorite, like, helper of all time. This is the last level, by the way, of this particular sub game, as they call them. Where we basically just got to ride off. It's a little bit tricky because you can get stopped. You'll never escape. See, you can do that and progress, but you get stuck on certain spots, but it's not a big deal. You ain't got to kill them or anything. You just get to the end of the thing and then jump off. There it is. That's the end of Meta Knight. And you see the Halbert ship go into the sea. And Meta Knight, of course, escapes because he comes back in later games. But his plot this time is ruined. And we open up Milky Way Wishes. Alright, so here's something different about Milky Way Wishes. You can pick any of these levels in any order you want. So it's up to you what pathway you want to do. You got to do all of them, but you pick what you want to do first. I always start here, even though I probably shouldn't. Actually start here. This is a secret right here that'll get us our first power pretty quick. But you cannot use copy abilities in this particular sub game. There is no copy ability. You can, if I watch, see, nothing happens. I do like the HUDs, like how they do a new HUD per game. I kind of like that. It means that they actually paid attention and cared. So now we have the copy ability. I don't know if we can actually copy enemies now, but it will destroy enemies. So that's a little hidden one, that little green dot right there. Pretty sure that's the only real secret stage, but we'll see. This is the only power we have now, so we'll test it out on some stuff. But here's the cool thing. You actually find abilities in the different levels, and you get to save them forever, where you can hit start and go into your little menu and pick what ability you want on the fly. So you don't have to copy enemies. You can just, find them at will. Also, this is a 4-season stage. Let's see if we can. So it does work. So you can get your copy ability back immediately if you wanted to. That's a clever little thing right there. I never knew that. So if we go down here, my bad. If we go down here, or watch, we're going to skip him because we don't. We want him because we actually want to use this to get this power down here, and this thing would buzz off. Makes that a lot easier to get down into where we can get the fighter power. See what I mean? And I think there's 2 or 3 powers per world. I'm not exactly sure where they all are. So you see that you can't get past this in spring, and you can't get past it in summer or fall either. You have to go back and go to winter again because the water there will be frozen. Well, you could have got the fighter thing in spring too, I guess. By the way, I'm pretty sure you can revisit levels if you missed one, so it's not that big of a deal. By the way, winter also, if you don't do it this winter one, it blocks you from this spot as well, so you basically just gotta switch seasons to get to certain parts of the level. Like the level changes with each season in small ways. So we need to get around this tree, so gotta go to summer to get around the tree. Then we go to a boss fight, which is the 2 trees. Just did that with a little bit of style. That's all. So that's Floria. Like I said, you can pick the worlds in any order you want. So it reminds me a bit of Star Fox. We could go to this world, or we could go to this green one over here that just looks, it's kind of sickly. Or the sun. We can go in the sun. Whatever this thing is. This cloudy planet. We just can't go to this, pop star, the regular planet. Alright, I decided that I wanted to actually show you where all the weapons are, where all the abilities are, so bear with me. It's going to take a little bit of time. I thought I'll just add that to the video. So if you go here, we're actually in the wrong season. So in winter, whoops, I screwed that up. Give me a second. Go over here, you'll get the snowman ability, or the ice ability. I've already seen the fighter one that's under the, under that thing. So I know where the other one is, it's just I gotta remember what season goes over there. Oh, not yet. I'm gonna switch back to my fight ability. We've already seen down there is how you get the fighter ability, and then we have to actually go to winter really quick. I promise the other stages aren't as complicated. This is the most complicated, but also the best one. I'm getting completely wrecked right now because I suck at these games. I suck at video games, period. We just need to admit it. Got sniped by a freaking bug. Okay, so come here to this tree, all right? Switch a few seasons, then you'll get over here and you'll get another ability, which will be the cutter. And that's it. You get three in this stage. I think we still got to do the boss fight anyway, because I don't think there's a way to just exit the stage, which is fine. I mean, it's just the trees anyway, but still. I'm going to switch back to my fighter ability for this and do that again. And the other stage, I'm gonna just make sure I just do it once so we don't have to do it twice again. But I just thought I would just go ahead and just do all of them again because they're not as missable and ridiculous as Great Cave Offensive. I can't get the words out. Let's move on to our next stage, which is called... What is this called again? Aquilus. The water world of the game. Alright, let's get into this one. There will be timestamps for every power in the description, and I just said that, and that's gonna be fun to timestamp later. It's fine. Are you, bruh? Get out of here. Seriously. Let's get over here and then let's get in here for the parasail ability. Parasol. Get to this little area without dying, hopefully. Get some health and then we'll move up here. So in this room, we want to go in here. As you can see, we're going to get the sword power up in this one. I'm going to give this dude a shower because apparently he doesn't like showers. Imagine the smell. We'll get the sword power up. And he just walked on his spikes for no reason. Alright, really? How am I supposed to get up past this without getting hurt? Like that. Down, down, and then up one, you will get to the beam ability, and that's all of them for this stage. We're gonna keep that for now, and let's see if we can find our way out of here. Because a lot of these exits are false exits. I think this is the correct exit, though. Oh, by the way, apparently you can hit X and pull your powers up without pausing. I didn't know that. Oh, I totally knew that. You know I knew that. You knew I'm an expert at this game. Of course, I've never I don't screw up. I'm just, I'm just pretending to be bad at video games because I never practiced for any of these. Walk right into him, why don't you? That makes plenty of sense. Okay, so he got the rock ability because he touched a rock. Makes sense. Alright, Fatty Whale's done. We'll see him again in the arena. Now we move on to the next stage, which is called Thing to the Sky something. Sky High. Right. Let's get into Sky High. A little bit tougher on the secrets here, so might take a few attempts, but it's a little trickier. Going up this particular one right here will take you to the jet, which is probably my least favorite, but the favorite of speedrunners, but not a speedrunner by any metric. I really hate this spot coming up, so forgive me if I get a little bit frustrated, because this spot sucks. Because of that. And then they expect you to get in that cannon, so they know what they knew what they were doing. Second time's a charm, but that'll get you the wheel ability. But seriously, they knew exactly what they were doing with that, putting 2 freeze guys that'll stop you in place. They knew what they were doing. Don't let them try to, tell you otherwise. Yeah, we totally didn't put 2 freeze guys right there in your way, making it where it's almost impossible to go and get into the cannon in time. Totally not. Totally not. Let's see. Right middle, left middle. Okay. Now we get the wing ability. Then we need to go right, middle, I think, to get to the boss. That's Krakow. That was Sky High. I think we're moving on to Hot Beat next, which is a sun, right? Or are we going to another one? I mean, you can do them in any order you want, but we're going to do Hot Beat next. So we got to be careful here because this is a really rough level. I need to turn the music off too, so I don't actually have it come back into my microphone. If it is, hopefully it's not. I don't think it is because the microphone's really quiet. Get off me, bro. Look, just go away. Blow up. The longest I've ever seen an ally helper take to blow his top. All right, so we need to go all without getting hurt. Okay, with getting hurt. Come up here. Knock him out of the way. And then come back here. And basically go up that little lava trail. And that way we can get the fire ability. Right here. There's another one, by the way, in this level. There's only 2 in this level. Alright, the fire ability is actually pretty good. I like how you can just dash through enemies with it. That's kind of nice. I gotta make sure I get the right spot. Can't remember the exact spot. I'll know it when I see it, though. For the only the second power up in this level. Get some health. Right there. I see it. Get fighter. Up here we will get the sumo ability we'll never use, but we can use it to spawn another one of him for that will work with us, but we're not going to use the sumo ability at all because it's really not useful to us in a lot of situations. It's cool to have Bugsy as an ally because he's like a mini boss, but the same thing with the Hammer Bros guy. Screwed that up, I think, but there's no other power over there anyway, so it's fine. There's only 2 in this level. And they're both very cryptic, as you can see. But whatever, it's fine. I don't remember who the next fight is, actually. It might be that lizard thing, but just ugh. Just ugh. I don't mind lizards in real life. They don't bother me, but the lizard bosses in games are always annoying. It was suplex, not sumo. My bad. Come on. I know you're going to be up there waiting for me to attack me. Let's take fire. Why not? Bro, I hate lizard bosses. They're so annoying. Actually, you know what? Let's use beam. Finally. Hate that guy. Hate that guy. Hey, my waddle dude didn't die. He got restored. What's the green one called? Cavios? Oh, so this uses like the underground cave theme. Okay. Got it. Alright, so Cavios is a bit interesting because it's almost like how do I put, like a tournament kind of thing, like where you have multiple fights depending on like different paths and stuff, and you can get 3 different abilities in this stage. So I blame myself for everything. Just blame me for everything bad that's ever happened on Earth. Not that bad, but as we knock him out, we go across this top area, get hit by a kibble because why not? Get a martini because good Lord Almighty. I love this game. I'm not trying to say I don't love the game, but it does have some cheapness to it. It does get a little bit irritating at times. There's your bomb ability. Go down this hole real quick. That's what he said. Take out Bonkers and you get the hammer ability. Personally, my favorite. Get us a very much needed one up. Should be a Bugsy down here, I think. I swear that stupid hammer fight, that hammer. What other? I don't want to switch abilities. I just want to see. All right, hammer nail, dash and hammer, hammer swing, giant swing, ultra swing, hammer foot, hammer throw, dash and A. I didn't know that was a thing, but okay. We'll try it. Because we can get as many hammers as we want. Let's see what that does. One hit him is what it did. Good God. It did a 1-hit kill. It's amazing, actually. Love it. All right, so we need to. We won't even do that. I don't. We gotta get to. I know where to go. It's just I don't know exactly. If I could stop losing my powers, that'd be nice. If I could stop sucking at the game, that'd be nice too. If they would stop having so many cheap enemy shots. They just come out of nowhere. Is that button ever going to come back up? I mean, I know it's going to at some point. And it was going to right when I wanted to. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I was figuring. Go down there. Get in that door. There. Rock ability. Another one we're not going to use ever. Even though it's useful. Kinda. Not really. Picking one up. Should have took a little bit of. Well, that works too. Alright, that's the 2 for this. That's the 3 for this world. We got bomb. We got the ones. Whatever it was. I'm a little bit brain dead right now. Alright, so this is the final boss from Great Cave Offensive. We gotta fight again. So I'm gonna use hammer, and I'm going. Well, that's fine. You can use fire too. That's good. Burning Leo. But that makes me wonder, how much damage would I do with the hammer toss though with this thing? That takes a lot of time to warm up. Takes out about a quarter of it. Like not enough to bother. There we go. That's that boss taken out. It's crazy that hammer toss can really do that much damage though to a mini boss. Alright, this is Mech Eye. Basically your Meta Knight stage. Expect some BS. Like that. I swear, just stuff just appears out of nowhere and just bops you for just unnecessarily. So you go over here, you go all the way there, you jump up here, fly, and then get into the store. Go all the way down. This will take you to this room right here, which will give you the yo-yo power up, which is, in my opinion, probably the best one in the game. So that was quick. Wasn't expecting that, but there's another one in a different area. Am I supposed to come down here, or what am I supposed to do here? I think so. Alright, go all the way up this. Don't skip, just skip all the floors. They're just nothing but enemy encounters. Take out this thing. And there you go, you got plasma. Go down one. Take a right. Now we fight Heavy Lobster. Actually, I was trying to get a helper for this. And land right on sword is what I wanted anyway for this fight. Now it's Heavy Lobster. And Mecha is done. Not too hard. Now we're moving on to, I don't know what it's called. Half Moon, okay. Let's switch our stuff over really quick. Alright, I'm sorry if there's a lot of cuts. It's mainly because I split this thing up into like 10-minute segments just to make sure if we have a power outage or something happens to the computer, or anything happens, like any emergency happens, I basically don't lose any footage. So if you see maybe a slight delay, maybe like a second or something here or there, that's what it is. Usually that's what it is, or sometimes I'll look things up, but that's the majority of the time it's just because I'm splitting clips, and I got OBS splitting clips for me so I don't lose any footage. So when I do like Mario RPG, like it was outrageously, it was like 50 clips or something because the video was so long. I gotta find this. I think that's it right there, actually. Yeah. I'll take it. Don't die right there. So just knock that block out. Get that mirror ability. There's one more in this level. And you can't really miss that one, I don't think. We'll see when it comes up. A lot of this is from memory. Some of this is from watching stuff before we got into Milky Way wishes. So I just, yeah. So I'm still going on memory. Oh, yeah, take that star. Don't do that. Take that star. Crazy. Look at all that. Be a mess. Hey, you just gain a freaking power mushroom thing, and I don't know why he turned into a bird by touching the chef, but sure, why not? That works too. If you want to turn into the fighter, that's cool too, bro. Works for me. It's in this particular room, so I gotta be careful. But how far up I got? Are you? Get off of me, bro! What are you doing? Good Lord! The kissing is weird enough. Don't hold me down. Right, down here in this door will take, if he'll get out of my way, you'll get your final ability, which is Ninja, another worthless one, in my opinion. I don't like Ninja. Let's make sure I got all of them. I got all of them. There you go. There's all your abilities. Let's move on to the final mainline, like, world boss before we get to the actual boss of this particular sub game. Oh boy, this is just a computer one, so this isn't going to be hard. Move! For God's sake, you're in my way. But look. You were just in my way. Make it where I can't line up any shots or anything. He's just standing right next to the thing. Alright, so now we just got the dragon. Gotta get away from that thing. Alright, and that's the computer boss. I'm just going to speed through that because it's just a bunch of text that takes forever. Alright, there we go. Now we move on to the actual final boss of the world. The Nova. Got all the magic stars. We summon the Nova to give us a wish. Nova, ready. I will grant you one wish. Marks, well, I want to control Pop Star. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Whoa, it worked. The sun and moon are fighting. Go find Nova. All my plans worked. To turn into a big monster. Pop Star is all mine. Now I can do anything. I must be going now. All the stars came together to become a star cruiser thing. We get an R-type sort of shooter here inside of the Nova, which the thing is, the Nova's not the bad guy. It's just, you know, the guy stole our wish, and Nova gave it to him because he grants wishes. I mean, it's like being mad at the genie from Aladdin for giving Jafar his wish. I mean, he's, you know, that's what he had to do. He didn't have a choice. So here's the thing where we actually have to destroy the heart of Nova. There's one spot where we're going to pretty much have to take damage, as far as I know. Basically inevitable. It's a very tight squeeze if you can pull it off, which I usually can't. It's right here. Bro, how am I can't tank that hit. See what I mean? I don't think it's possible. Oh, there it is. It was incredibly difficult, but it was possible. We have to do it again. Yeah. Well, for some reason it didn't kill me that time. You tell me. I don't get it either. And now we're on the final boss fight of Milky Way Wishes. With basically no HP. Whatever. I'll take the hit because I literally had like 2 hits in me left. I'm not gonna even hurt. I'm not even gonna beat myself up over that. Where is it at? He's almost gone. One more hit and he's done. Surprised that the attack didn't kill us. Bro, stop bouncing me in the air. My own helper's getting in the way again. There. Marks is gone. He's done. And now we just gotta do the arena, the hardest battle of them all, where it's literally just a boss rush. And it's really hard. That's the end of Milky Way Wishes. Now we have... It turned out it was all a dream. The sun and moon never fought. Or maybe he just went home and went to sleep after. I'm guessing that I'll just say he went to sleep after. Alright, can we just skip past this, or do we have to just sit through this until we can get to the arena? I think we just gotta sit through it. I think most kids would have turned their Super Nintendo off at this point and probably never came back figuring that was the end of the game, but there's one more. Yeah, there's no... I know, that's the end. Why are you not letting me... Okay, maybe I do need to reset the console. Hold on. %, so I should have the arena. There it is. Why's my controller doing? All right, there we go. Here we go. The arena. That's what I say to that. Well, maybe all right, we'll take Dude Man for this, and then we'll take I'll take a hammer power. Or I could take the plasma. I'm gonna put a save state right there, just in case I think I picked wrong at the end of this. And we gotta be careful because this is an endurance thing where you have to fight all the bosses, many bosses, everything, and they only give you a certain amount of those healing items. You gotta be very careful. But you do get power-ups. There are like new copy abilities between levels, but I think it's randomized which ones they offer you, which we got 2 hammers, and I'll actually, you know what, I'll see if I don't know if Bonkers will help us at all with this, but good. But you only get 5 tomatoes, and once they're up, they're up. This is a joke fight, by the way. You could just inhale him, but then I'd lose my hammer right there. I'll take this. We're good. This is just a single tree fight, not the double. It doesn't really matter which one, but that's the tree fight. Computer. Doing pretty good so far. Nice. Get out of the way. Stop pushing me around. That's the computer done. All right, we got to do Mega Cannon now, or whatever it's called. Oh, you mother. Goat mother. We'll take a pepper for that, a powder for that one, because that stupid spot on this one. Oh, it was Mario RPG I was doing the turbo for. So I could grind on there and not have to make you watch it. Because I had to do like a bunch of stuff to get my characters leveled up throughout that game. So I had a couple of spots where I had to grind out, like off camera. Just tank the hit. There. Just tank that hit, because otherwise you're going to be endlessly trying to dodge it and not winning. What is just... Don't... Oh my god, did you seriously just... I think he stole one of the tomatoes. We're not doing that. Alright. Alright, the reason I tossed it to him was because I knew that he was gonna make me take the sword to start the fight. So it would have been lost anyway. Thank you, Bonkers. That was really cool. You actually got him. I don't know why the screen's cut off on the edges like that. That's a little annoying. I think we can handle heavy lobster. Is heavy lobster done? These two. Yeah, we can take a swordsman along with this. They're not hard, really. I'm being extra careful is the reason I'm doing it this way, because I'm trying to not get hurt at all. Then again, I do need to... Okay, so this isn't going to be a big deal either. I will take one of these. Got 10 fights left, so these are just mini bosses. Oh! By the way, there's no continues in this. You die, that's it. It's like reset at that point. I don't think it's going to help as much. The beetle dude. No, it's not. None in this fight, especially. Because he can't do nothing with suplex freaking. That's the trees. All right, so mini bosses again. Yeah, you're not gonna. We're not doing that. We're not taking that. No. You're not doing that. No, you're not taking that power because that power sucks. I didn't want to take it either, but now you're gonna take this. There. For what we're doing, wheel sucks. Whoa. Come on, come over here. Come over here. Bro, get over there. Oh my God. Double, oh my God. You went from having the best possible. Okay. I'll take, I don't know what you did right there, but I'll take it, brother. Whatever. Now get over here and actually get a useful power up. Or a useful ability, I mean. All right. This chameleon dude is gonna just drive me crazy in this party. Luckily, I ain't gonna. Ooh, you got him in a stun lock. Got him in a stun lock for a bit there. Good job, bro. Good, we got him. I'm happy with that. That was a good fight. DDD. We're gonna get you a new power just so you have your health back. You don't get your health back. I didn't know that. Oh well. DDD is not a big deal. Actually, I thought he got stun locked there for a second. I was like, well, I can just stand here for the rest of the match and. Or DDD down. That's that power thing. The reactor from whatchamacallit, Meta Knight. So this is just a matter of not getting hit by that thing. All right, crap. Thank you. I need this. Thank you. My God. All right, Kracko, I'll take it. Both of us get a hammer. Let's go. Let's go. 4 more. No, I'm going to let him take care of some of this. Wait, I lost my hammer. Oh, you mother Humbird. Funk. Don't want to be demonetized. Don't want to be demonetized, her. That's what you are. Done. There. Cracker's down. Down a blade. I don't want to. Whatever. We'll figure it out. I don't know if the hammer hit will actually reach down a blade's head or not. Our last two, which is perfect because this guy's kind of a pain in the butt too. Our final two. Okay, so that's that one. Last one's Mark's, right? Yep. We're at the very last one. Might as well take the tomato because, you know, that's it, you know. I'll take the fighter and we go on up there and we take out Mark's in this final battle. I'm just shocked it doesn't kill Kirby in one hit. That attack. It seems like that'll be like the ultimate boss attack kind of thing. Marks is tough, man. He don't damage easy, does he? Where's he even at? He's almost gone. God, he has a lot of health though. If he has a final boss, of course he would. Yeah, I think that's his final move thing. I think that would have one hit KO'd you no matter what you did, probably.